Since the dawn of humankind, work has never been as easy, fast, or efficient as it should be.
Work! Big cat coming!
Huh?
Big cat attack! Make fire! Make fire!
Okay, let me see if I can create a spark.
Yeah, you can do it. Get it, girl. Make a fire.
Even in emergencies, it was hard to light a fire under some people.
No. Hey, boss.
What's up?
I'm pretty sure we just got infected with the saber-tooth virus.
The saber-tooth virus? That's the big cat of malware. We need to contain it.
I know, but I need IT's help. I sent them 3 emails.
Okay, let me make some phone calls. Send help now. Send help now. Send help now.
Smoke signals lost in cloud. Smoke signals lost in cloud. Big cat coming closer. We need a response now.
Call me back as soon as you get this voicemail. It's important. It's urgent.
Even today, it's hard to light a fire under the right people to solve your issues.
Why can't we get a hold of anyone? Don't they know how serious this is?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I wish we could work together in real time.
I know. Oh, I'm never going to hear the end of this in the staff meeting.
Hey, Raquel, I got him.
Thank you so much, Kenneth. You rock.
Is that him?
Yep, he was a nasty little long-toothed walrus.
Walrus?
No, it's a tiger. A saber-toothed tiger attack?
No one said anything about a tiger.
That ought to do it. It's gone.
Thanks, IT support, dude. You rock. Hey, boss.
Fixed?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, great. That took way longer than it should have. You have no idea how many phone calls and emails.
Yeah, well, that walrus virus on our web servers is one big fat pain.
Walrus virus? Web servers?
No, that's not the problem. It's the saber-tooth virus, only e-commerce servers that's going to kill us. I can't believe this.
Sorry, I thought walrus was a priority over saber-tooth.
Uh-oh, it's the boss.
Hey, it's all over social media that our entire global network has been exposed to the saber-tooth virus.
When you think you solved the problem but haven't really, that could have big consequences.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Product Officer of ServiceNow, CJ Desai.
All right. I'm so relieved that sort of worked. So, as you see, that state of work has not really changed. So let's just take a moment to see how we got here. In the first industrial revolution, the technology was water wheel, and humans, for the first time, defined as a workplace, worked in a factory, and they worked long, hard hours and worked really, really fast to keep up with the pace of water wheel. And this was all about speed. In the second industrial revolution, the technology were electricity, combustion engine, telegraph lines. And on a moving assembly line, humans were specialized, made efficient, hierarchies were formed, and they worked over and over and over again so that they can be efficient and meet up with the production demand. Third industrial revolution. Most of us right here have lived through this third industrial revolution. It was about computing, wireless technology, and internet. Humans became productive, got connected with each other, and fundamentally, what happened is there was a rise of knowledge workers and information technology. All of us right here, our role became very critical in workplace. And the work boundary, whether it was factories in the past, became irrelevant. We are at the beginning of fourth industrial revolution. And there are many definitions out there, but this is about artificial intelligence, connected things, genomic sequencing, nanotechnology, and computing that is called quantum computing now. What is different is that this is a fairly complex revolution. We are only in the beginning stage of this revolution. It is empowering, but most importantly, this one is human-centered, okay? This is for the first time, technology is in service of human. This is going to change how we live, how we work, and most importantly, what it means to be human. This really resonates, as John discussed yesterday with us, this really resonates with us because we believe with ServiceNow's purpose, our technology should be in service of all these roles that you support. Some of you are in that roles, and we should support them. You know, I'll tell you, in 90s, growing up in 90s in tech, we are obsessed with as a service paradigm. We said, oh, first software as a service. We said then, I think infrastructure as a service. We said platform as a service. I even heard recently intelligence as a service. I think it is about time, that we define, if we are truly serving humans, all of you here are serving employees, executives, your customers, your partners. If we are truly serving humans, the one thing that humans always remember is experience. Because they really don't care what technology and who delivered technology. They really don't care like how they interacted with technology. But one thing they always remember is the experience. It is time that we define for the first time experience as a service. Welcome to era of great experiences. So that was a great 30,000 feet speech. Let me just bring all the way down. So when I think of our platform, you know, we are a cloud-native platform. ServiceNow, I'm really, really proud of this fact that we are on a single platform. Every single technology is built into our platform that you benefit from, whether it's the applications that we build, or whether it's the applications you create, or if you're a partner on an ISV, you build applications on top of it. If we really believe in experiences that we want to deliver, we have 3 buckets, right? So the first bucket is user experience. And user experience has been talked about for a very long time. We started with end user experience and introduced Service Portal in Helsinki. And I'm really, really impressed at how much adoption of Service Portal to consumerize the employee experience all of you have used to deliver for your customers. We introduced community recently in our CSM product, and that's a very, very powerful feature. And I'm going to speak about some of the other technologies that we'll introduce today. Service intelligence, it does not make sense to take the data out of this cloud-native platform and then extract it and put it somewhere else to analyze it. So our goal always has been that we want to put all the intelligence in the platform So we started with performance analytics. When we put for the first time in Kingston release machine learning, supervised machine learning, that intelligence is also built into the service intelligence layer. And you will see anomaly detection and other technologies that we'll continue to build in this layer so that all the applications, any workflow that you're using on top of our platform can be benefited. And then the last one, if we speak about experiences, it has to be about service experience. Again, I have to reiterate this because service experience is what matters the most. That's what employees remember, that's what customers remember, and that's what partners remember. So we will show you some really good technologies. Fred started this with the vision that you can, in the entire enterprise, automate a workflow and should be built by anyone. And we have taken that purpose when it comes to this technology, and I'll share with you some of the cool technology that we are developing here. So the point here is, all the technologies that we build will be in our platform, whether it's machine learning, whether it's any kind of intelligence, whether it's related to any experience, mobile experience, web experience, tablet experience, will be built right here in the platform. So today, I'm going to walk you through 4 experiences, okay? And the specific technologies that we are serving today, 4 experiences. The first one will be IT fulfiller. Second would be employee. Third, executive. And fourth is software development manager. So these are the 4 experiences that we are going to walk through. So let's start with the first one. We have right now millions of fulfiller that use ServiceNow today. Millions of fulfiller actively using ServiceNow platform. And as we consumerize the end user experiences via Service Portal, the feedback I got from all of you consistently is that it is about time we completely overhaul the fulfiller experience. Fulfillers are the faces of IT. And you cannot underscore the importance of fulfillers because these are the people, and all of you know this, these are the people who are working on cases, multitasking, looking up a knowledge base article, and trying to close a case, hoping that survey results would be good. So they went from multitasking in the Windows world, made Alt-Tab their best friend, had many sticky notes. Then they did casual collaboration, most of the time fragmented collaboration with various chat tools. And eventually, we want to get to personalization. So let's look at first the day in the life of a fulfiller.
Janine, can I help you? Oh, please hold. IT Help Desk, thank you for holding. What was your incident number again? Oh, yeah. Hold, please. Okay. I just had that one up. Where is it? Oh, okay. There's the incident. All right. I needed a knowledge base article for that one. Okay. Did I have it in this window? No. Okay. Maybe, no, that's not it. Okay, maybe I wrote it down. Maybe it's, no. Oh, goodness. Where is it? Why can't I find anything today? Oh, goodness. Okay, I think I need that one. No, okay. Oh, goodness. And the phone is ringing, and I'm so sorry, but you're going to have to file an incident.
Janine, this is CJ.
Oh, CJ, I'm so sorry. I'm just kind of stressed out. There's so much work to do, and I can't find anything. I have about 20 different windows open, and they're in 3 different browsers, and I keep losing my place. And, well, don't get me wrong. It's not the tools. Those are great. But the thing is, there are just so many incidents, so many people calling, and I just can't see everything in one place.
Janine, I see a sign here. It says, a cluttered desk is a sign of genius.
Well, that says something great about me, doesn't it?
Yes. So you seem pretty overwhelmed. How about I show you an awesome experience, really, really good experience, and take you to London?
That sounds great. Let's
go. All right,
go.
let's do it.
So that's kind of a nice pitch. Are you thinking of moving into sales?
I tried. They sent me back to products.
Oh.
All right.
Stick with what you're good at.
So we have moved all your data from Istanbul to London. And what I want you to do is just take a few moments to absorb it, absorb your experience, and then we'll talk about it.
All right. So, wow, this looks really nice. It's a lot more sleek and modern than what I was working in before. And in fact, it kind of looks like we're finally in 2018.
Did you really have to take that cheap shot? OK. All right. So do you think we should show it to our customers, this amazing
yeah. Let's show everyone.
Let's show everyone.
All right. So
what do you see here? What do you see here?
There are three things I think that immediately jump out at me. So the first one is that it looks like I'm going to be able to do everything I need in one place, right? I can get requests coming in via chat and also via phone calls. Awesome. All right, along the top, there's these nice little tabs with all of the open incidents instead of my 20 different windows that I kept losing my place in. That looks way more organized.
Yes, so no more alt tabs.
Yes.
OK.
And in that top right corner, we've got search. So hopefully I can search for and find everything I need all in one spot.
That sounds really, really good. Now, we went and met many of you right here. You allowed us to observe fulfillers when they are working. You gave us permission to monitor you, and so that we can design great experiences. So let's just look at an incident and see what you see.
Sure. Let's jump in. So here's an incident. We've got all of the details in one place, right? There's who called it in. We've got a configuration item if there's one associated. I can even have SLAs. Everything related to it is all in this one place. Now in the middle, activity stream, great, especially when we're handing off a task between people. I can see that Beth's already done some work on this particular one. And then on the right, Agent Assist. I'm not familiar with that one. Is that one new?
It's really, really cool feature. So what it does is, in the context of the incident, it will give you the most relevant search based on the keywords you see. So I see VPN, iPad. So it'll figure out what are the most relevant articles across community, knowledge base, catalog that you will see here.
Oh, that's really cool. That seems like it's going to save me some time and some typing.
That's the idea. All right?
Wow, this looks really cool. So, and then we've got those incidents. So yeah, I can see what incident number I'm in by the tab, so I can go across. This looks way more efficient. Like, I'll stop getting quite so lost in all of my open windows.
That's awesome. So can we see if we can close this incident, configuring VPN for iPad? Classic.
Sure, let's give it a go. So, all right, straightforward case, right? And it looks like Agent Assist has actually already pulled up the knowledge base article I need. So it says, VPN and iPad. So here's doing a VPN for Apple devices. Great. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Attach here. No need to copy and paste it into an email or anything like that. So attach it, and then I'm just going to go and resolve it. And done. Look at that. Just a few clicks. I didn't even have to type anything.
That was really, really easy. So you feel good about this experience?
This is great. Look how fast I solved that incident. And if I just keep going like this, I'm going to have all sorts of closed incidents, happy customers, and higher survey scores.
And you need those higher survey scores, Janine. You're not doing pretty well over there.
That's harsh, CJ.
All right. OK, thank you, Janine.
Well, if you excuse me, I've got some work to catch up on.
All right. So I have waited 1 full year to announce this agent workspace. This is going to dramatically transform the experience of a fulfiller. They can, in one place, one command center, prioritize and take actions. They don't have to constantly do multitasking, fragmented chat tools. Regardless of what chat tools you are using, it will fully integrate into Workspace. And what we learned from past few years, based on your feedback, we have listened to you, and like John said, learned and acted. And we are launching this right now for our ITSM and CSM products. We will then expand the usage to ITOM, HR, and other products, ITBM, as we move forward. but this is going to be so different for fulfillers. And most importantly, because you have so many fulfillers, when they can serve the employees better, collaborate better with employees, IT will get good scores, good survey results, and it is going to be amazing when we launch this in London. And I know that we mentioned London a few times. London is our next release that's coming out in Q3. Really, really excited to launch Agent Workspace. All right, so we'll go to our next persona. Now, this persona or a role is a difficult one. This is a remote employee. And I know all of us at some point in time have been remote employees trying to set this up. And from my standpoint, if you can solve for a remote employee, corporate employees, breeze, okay? Because remote employees is not somebody that you can send a technician to or a help desk person to solve that problem. So let's look at day in the life of remote employee. But before we do that, I just want to talk about for remote employees in speaking to all of you. The first thing that I heard is remote employees always pretty much used voice in the past, pretty annoying. Then it became chat, but instead of a conversational chat, it became about the same thing as voice. Are you trying to do this? Yes, damn it, I'm trying to do that. Okay, so you go through the same flow over and over again, and it is time that we transform this specific experience. So let's look at a remote employee.
Press 3 for issues with a meeting room. Press 4 for issues with your cubicle.
I work from home. These options make no sense for me. What a waste of time.
Press 27 to speak with an agent.
Finally. CJ, come on in, but just hold on a sec, all right? I'm on the phone with support.
Okay, sounds good.
We did not hear a response. We are glad your problem has been solved. Please respond with very satisfied when you receive your survey.
You hearing this? Yeah, right.
Joe, what's going on there?
I'm super frustrated, CJ.
Why are you frustrated?
So I've got this old computer.
Yep.
It's super slow. It's got all these glitches and problems. I'm trying to get a hold of support to see what I can do to speed it up, fix it, add some memory, do something. I'm just kind of stuck.
And you are UX engineering. You need a lot of memory. You know, we just showed Workspace. I hope you get a lot of memory. So why don't you just order a new laptop?
My manager won't approve me getting a new laptop, so I'm kind of stuck here.
Oh, I see. Joe, how about if I look at this laptop? Maybe I can fix it.
This is an IT issue, CJ, and you're kind of a product guy, so I don't think you can fix this.
All right. How about I just look at it and see if I can fix your laptop?
All right, then give it a shot.
All right, let me see. Hold, please.
Okay.
Okay. I think, Joe, I gave it a shot. Here is what we're going to do. You're going to order a laptop, a brand new laptop, and we will see we have this really, really cool technology that even somebody like you can order a brand new laptop from a chat tool.
How can I order a new laptop without the laptop that I just had, though?
Did you just see that Janine took a cheap shot at me? This is 2018. Hopefully you have a mobile phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
But wait a sec. I don't want you to touch my mobile phone now after seeing what you just did there. So I'm going to just hold this a little bit of a distance here.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is, through your mobile phone, via this technology, first, it's conversational, so you don't have to go through prompt 27, as you heard. Second, it's fairly rich interface that you can interact with, and any ServiceNow action, you should be able to drive from your mobile phone. So what's your favorite chatting, messaging app that you use?
I'm a good corporate citizen, so I use ServiceNow's support chat tool.
Okay, that's the right answer. So what we're going to do is take out your phone, take out your chat tool, and see if you can order a brand new laptop by yourself.
I haven't been trained on this yet, so.
That is the whole idea. So
all right.
Let's do it.
All right. Now, I want to just point out a couple things that I'm seeing here. So I see something about Now Support, and it's asking me, how can I help you? It didn't put me on hold. I kind of like that. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and respond with, I need a new laptop.
Oh.
Now, it looks like it knew that my laptop was damaged already somehow.
That is pretty cool.
Let's go ahead and order a new one here. And that's a really easy way to just tap on my mobile phone. That's pretty nice.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and tap there.
All right.
Now it's asking me, actually, again, what happened to the laptop that you just broke. But I don't see an option for CJ broke my laptop, so I'm just going to go ahead and choose damaged.
For those of you who didn't notice, we had some malfunction in the demo, but we are working through it. All right. So it looks like there is a damaged laptop, and you can pick, you see really nice screens. This is coming straight from the catalog. For your role, what kind of laptops you can order, Joe?
Well, this is great. This is a lot better than me choosing this in like a text drop-down or looking at a big PDF document. I'm just going to go ahead and scroll here, choose that MacBook Pro. That's fantastic. And it looks like there's a confirmation screen. I'll just go ahead and place the order. That's great. I see the order number, I see a tracking number, and I have an expected delivery date, and I got all that information right here in the chat tool that I'm using.
So what you saw here is a truly rich conversation interface, and you can drive any ServiceNow action via this interface so that it makes it easier for remote employees and for your fulfillers. They can work on really complex tasks. So Joe, are you going to give a good survey rating here?
So I just realized I made a mistake.
You're killing me, man.
I just made a mistake. So if you notice, it says I ordered a MacBook Pro 13-inch.
Yeah.
And everyone I work with, I think they have a 15-inch MacBook Pro. And I don't want to come to the office with like the smallest computer.
Oh, I mean your team will judge you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So I need to make an order to change the order that I just placed. But I've already kind of submitted the order, so I kind of don't really know what to do.
Now, hopefully, when you call the live agent, you don't have to repeat the same thing. I hate it when they transfer me and I repeat the exact same thing. So let's see what happens here.
All right, well, it looks like there's a survey at the end of this. Let me just go ahead and scroll. And I know it's my fault. I made a mistake, but I'm not happy. I didn't get what I needed. So I'm going to go ahead and choose unhappy here, the sad emoji. And look, it looks like it's intelligently transferring me to a live agent.
That is pretty cool. Let's see if you can get some help. All right, see you, Joe.
Thanks.
Oh, looks like I've got a new request in my IT chat queue here. Let's go check that out. All right, looks like it's Joe. I think he's a remote employee. He's kind of a repeat customer. Well, since all you guys are watching, I guess I better take care of him. So let's see what's going on with him. Oh, OK. So it looks like he ordered the 13-inch MacBook Pro, but decided he wants the 15 instead. That's not a big deal. So Agent Assist actually already pulled up some catalog items for me based on the information that came from Joe. So here's that 15-inch MacBook Pro. Just going to select that. Let's make sure this is really what he wants before I go ahead and change the order. Let's see. Yep, yes it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and change that order for him. Just click order. Send that onward. Yes, that's for Joe. Check out. And oh, look, it is all done. So let's hope he's a little bit more careful with this one.
Janine.
Oh, hi, CJ. How's it going?
It's pretty good. So we have an employee who's dealing with a malfunction. Don't know what happened, but he wanted a new laptop.
Oh, is that Joe?
That is Joe.
Gosh, he seems to break things. I don't even know how this stuff happened.
Exactly. But can we get him a 15-inch laptop?
Oh, that's already done.
You already finished it? It took me like 45 seconds to come here.
That's how fast I am in Agent Workspace.
That is pretty awesome. And were you able to chat with him, or did he have to call you and explain what
Oh,
really
no, it just came in through chat. I had the record of what he'd already done. So he just said, I need to change it.
And my team promised me, was the chat in the workspace, or you had to do Alt-Tab again?
Oh, no, no. It was all right there.
That's pretty awesome. Thank you, Janine.
It was great. Thank you.
All right. So last year, we acquired a company called Clue, and we made that technology key part of our platform. So we are really, really pleased to announce it, that in London release, Virtual Agent is going to be available. Now, this is not just an ordinary chatbot. This is rich conversational interface. It can work with the messaging tool of your choice, So we have done a few integrations, messaging and collaboration space. There are many, many technologies out there. So we have done few integrations and we'll continue to do more integrations. You can access any ServiceNow objects. So you have, whether it's catalog, knowledge-based items, you want to look up an incident. And what's really, really cool about this is that there is a conversational designer in the platform that you can use to build your own conversations. And last week, we acquired a company called Parlo, which helps with natural language understanding. So as your data will help us serve this kind of chat even more as we move forward. So this technology is available in London. Out of box, we are going to provide conversations for our ITSM product, CSM products, HR products, and most importantly, if you have your own applications built on ServiceNow, you can use that. It also has service integration with various NLP technologies that you can access if you decide to do so. But the point that I want to bring here to your attention is that any ServiceNow action via chat interface of your choice, any ServiceNow interaction via chat interface of your choice is the key advance in technology for virtual agents. So available in London now. All right, so our next experience is going to be of an executive. And we know that executives are always on the go. When they call IT, we all prioritize them ahead. When John calls me, I get things done fast, most of the time. So what we do here is executive is in the go, their patience is very, very low, and we want to help them in whatever tools they choose. So let's look at life in a day of an executive.
Biscuits. I'm here in London. I'm supposed to meet this guy, CJ, and I just realized I totally forgot to set up international roaming on my phone. I wonder if Microsoft Teams can help me. Let me take a look. Oh, I see I have the Now bot. Let me ask the Now bot if maybe it can help. I need to set up roaming. Look at that. It actually works. OK, I can set up international roaming. Wow, even Concur is telling me that it knows that I'm in England. So yes, that's exactly where I want roaming turned on. Wow, OK, I have options. Nope, not enough data. Let's see, next data. Yep, that's the one. I'll take that. Confirm. Great. Now I know this guy, CJ, can call me when he's inevitably running late.
Hey, Lori, how are you?
Oh, look at that. You're on time.
So good to see you.
Great to see you.
So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, even though she played as a sport for our executive, she's actually an executive from Microsoft, Vice President and General Manager of Microsoft Teams and Collaboration Product, Lori Wright.
Great to be here.
So, speakers always introduce my good friend. Lori is actually my friend, one of very few, right, Lori?
That is true.
OK. I've known Lori for 13 years and call her friend. I just realized today that you're really good at marketing and go-to-market plans. Every time I call you for advice, but you've never called me in the last 13 years for advice on products or anything of that nature.
I have other friends, CJ.
OK. All right. It's good to know. So, we are in Vegas, and luck is in the air, right?
Yes.
So I tried blackjack, poker, Monday, Tuesday, didn't work. We just found out today, this morning, you called me, luck is in air for you. And she just got promoted this morning, literally. And she will run all the go-to-market for Office 365, Teams, and all the collaboration tools of Microsoft. So please give her a big round of applause. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. Great day all the way around.
So last year you called me, not to say hi, but you called me and said, CJ, this audience right here, many of these customers who are our joint customers, they want ServiceNow action to work with Microsoft Teams. And we just saw that how easy it was.
That's right.
So our teams work together, no pun intended. Our teams work together. Tell us why this integration between Microsoft and ServiceNow was important to you.
You know, when we started this journey, I actually did call you, CJ, because I kept getting so many phone calls from our customers who were saying, we really want Microsoft Teams to work with ServiceNow. And I said, well, I actually have a friend over there who might be able to help. And so that was what started this journey. And you know, I'm just really proud of the progress that we've made in that period of time, the bot that you saw today, as well as us at Microsoft just being a ServiceNow customer.
That's awesome. That's great. So I know that Teams, I think you've been at Microsoft 1 year.
That's correct.
Right? Tell us where, you heard us talk about experiences. Where are you taking Teams from a collaboration experience standpoint?
You know, Teams is one of the most exciting products that we have at Microsoft right now. It's something that we're just putting a ton of effort behind across the board, and we're just seeing terrific momentum. So Teams, like me at Microsoft, Teams has just celebrated its 1-year birthday, and we announced that we have 200,000 organizations who started using Teams within the first year. You know, we're seeing that 70% of our Skype for Business customers are already starting to use Teams in parallel.
Can I ask you a question? So when I speak to this great audience, one thing they tell me, okay, CJ, you integrated ServiceNow with Teams, but when it comes to Skype for Business, and as you know, many of these great audiences use Skype for Business, when is there going to be a functional parity? Are you staying busy at Microsoft? What's going on?
Great question. But before I answer that question, I actually want to tell you what Teams is all about, because I think it helps ground for our Skype customers out there.
Okay.
Teams is really, we built it to be the hub for teamwork in Office 365. And what this means is that all of your Office applications work within Teams, but you also have chat, calls, and meeting capabilities, all within this single hub, underpinned with the Microsoft Enterprise Security and Compliance capabilities.
Okay.
And then what we're actually building in that is a lot of AI features, and that's what we're really excited about. We just took home the Best in Show award out at Enterprise Connect in Orlando across all the major vendors, and what's so exciting about that is just those AI capabilities. We have 135 million people on Office 365 today using it every single month. All that data is our customers' data, all of your data, but we're using those signals to surface up the ability to drive insights within Office 365 and within Microsoft Teams. And what that means is we can do real-time translation, so you're in a chat message, we can go out and give you, smarter meetings. We do transcription and time coding so that you can go to a point in a meeting that you missed and get that exact point in the conversation and not have to sit through the whole meeting. And then devices with Cortana and really automating on those efforts. So we have a lot happening within Teams.
That means a lot of work for my team.
That means a lot of work for your team.
Okay, all right, excellent.
But now let me answer your question. So what is happening, though, for our Skype customers out there is that we are encouraging all of our existing Skype for Business customers in Office 365 to start using Teams in parallel. As I said, we're seeing 70% of our customers start to use it to some extent. But then the question becomes, when do I move? When, as a customer, when do I get my organization over to Teams? And the answer to that is we took kind of an unprecedented step, and we released our entire roadmap that said, this is when we will have parity with Skype for Business. And so I think the right thing to do is for all of our customers to look at the roadmap, understand when Teams is right for them, work with us. We have a team 100% dedicated to it, and then get your organization to Teams when Teams is right for you. For a lot of our customers, it's there right now. In terms of the feature parity, we already have 2/3 of the capabilities built into Teams that were in Skype for Business Online.
Okay.
Those are in Teams today. All the rest of them will be done. The vast majority by the summer, all of them by the end of the year.
Okay, all I heard is I need to continue to integrate with Teams, and you will have customers move over from Skype to Teams.
I always forget the short attention span. That's
yes,
right.
yes. Thank you
Awesome.
for being here.
Thank you.
Give it a big round of applause. First time knowledge, very nice. Thank you. All right, so our final role, which is the software development manager. In speaking to many of you, one of the biggest challenges IT in this digital transformation era or fourth industrial revolution era is you have many software projects. And yes, we have moved from waterfall to agile, DevOps, but you have multiple projects, multiple teams, many, many tools within the phases of the projects. And what you tell me is that how do we figure this out and still continue to move at a faster speed to deliver software projects for lines of businesses, keep up our finance systems up and running, have a mobile project or any other types of customer portal, partner portal, and other things. So this software development management piece of IT is non-trivial. We completely understand that, and it is fragmented. So I said, okay, for the fourth role, who should I invite who can speak you through, what does it mean in a day off in trying to not only develop software, but operate software. So I'm going to invite on this stage the person who runs both Dev and Ops for ServiceNow, DevOps, DevOps for ServiceNow, Pat Casey. All right.
How you doing, CJ?
I'm doing great. You here freaks me out. Who is taking care of all the operations?
Yeah, I don't know. I was busy back there. I was actually looking for my laptop.
Yeah, I see. All right.
I wanted to borrow it this morning.
So, Pat, I know that there are many definitions of DevOps. You do DevOps every single day.
Yep.
You are the first person to alert me on any P1 incident that happens here, P2, P3, what's going on with our customers, our uptime, and others. But ground all of us on what DevOps is. Can you ground us quickly?
Sure, we can absolutely do that. So I'll start by saying DevOps is really not particularly complicated. Our industry, we have this gift. We get a good idea, and we load it up with jargon and white papers. But at the core, DevOps is really simple. It's just a way of building software. And if you really draw it out on a map, it's really quite straightforward. It says you plan what you're going to do. Seems straightforward. Then you develop. That's the dev in DevOps. It does want you to test. It seems like a good idea. And then you deploy. Again, not controversial. And finally, you operate, the op in DevOps.
Seriously?
That's it.
So I've been doing software development. Still have darker hair than you.
Yeah.
But I've been doing software development for 25 years. This could be the same thing for waterfall. So how is this DevOps in this agile? All of these customers are trying to move really fast.
Yep.
So how is this different? So why don't you show the DevOps process we run here at ServiceNow, right? You'd like to hear that?
Yeah.
The actual DevOps process at ServiceNow, how we build software and how we operate in a cloud environment.
Sure.
Okay? All right.
I'll frame this a little too. CJ's right. If you draw out waterfall, it looks like this. If you draw out almost any of the textbook methodologies, I'm old, I have gray hair, I was taught like old ways of doing things, they look like this. The difference on DevOps, there's two differences. One difference is DevOps says you want one team to own this process all the way through. So it's not like building a nuclear submarine where you've got your planners and your developers and your testers. In DevOps, the archetypal model is one team, does everything. The other thing is DevOps wants you to iterate this model rapidly. Instead of doing this like once or twice a year, DevOps says once or twice a day, maybe once or twice an hour. Go fast. Rapid iteration on small changes is the DevOps mantra. It's about speed. To make it work, though, you're taking a process like a nuclear submarine takes like 2 years to build. You can do things with people power. To make this work in software world, you need a lot of software. And we actually did a little market survey. It's one of the things you do when you're a software company. And we found like 500 different tools out there that are related to DevOps. I'm sure the real number is higher. But if you're a DevOps shop, like we aspire to be, what you have to do is sort of pick and choose a bunch of these tools, and you string them together into something which, like if you're a master of the art, you call a tool chain. I would just call a bunch of tools that work together. But I'll share with you ours. It's probably the best way to get a sense of what we're doing. I'll start by saying, at ServiceNow, we do go through these steps. We actually plan stuff. Surprise, we don't just guess. And we use our own SDLC tool. I think a lot of you do as well. So that happens inside of ServiceNow. We plan a release. Our developers are not working inside of ServiceNow for the most part. We're mostly a Java shop, so they tend to work in commercial IDEs. It's Eclipse or it is IntelliJ. There's a subset of stuff that happens inside ServiceNow, but by and large, commercial IDEs. When they check in, we actually use a product called GitHub Enterprise. You've probably heard of it. Very similar to GitHub in the cloud, just runs in our build environment, otherwise pretty identical. Once things get checked in, Jenkins, another piece of open source you probably know, kicks off, runs a build. Build takes, call it an hour, and then we run tests. Lots and lots of tests, about 80,000 tests on every build. If they pass, that comes back to Jenkins, we get a go, no-go, and if it's successful, we deploy it to a test server. It's actually something called Puppet behind the scenes that does a lot of that deployment. There's a management layer inside of ServiceNow that also takes care of some of that. And when you put all that together, if you're a developer inside of ServiceNow, that's pretty much the way you experience developing here. From the time you check in to the time your code shows up on a test server, assuming it passes, ballpark 24 hours. It's a pretty good iteration cycle. So we've really gotten the primary goal behind DevOps. We got speed. That's what DevOps is all about. It's about going faster. As engineering leadership, though, there's a couple of challenges there, especially when you try to apply this model to the enterprise. In the perfect world of DevOps, everything you do is independent. Project A and Project B can run completely in parallel and never have any interdependencies. In the real world of real software, it doesn't work like that. Things tend to have dependencies, and you tend to need to really organize what you're doing. ServiceNow is a pretty big group. We have something like 80 builds every night, check-ins by over 1,000 developers worldwide, and we've got to correlate all that work to make sure it works. We need visibility into what's going on, and you also need some control points. Frankly, we have legal and contractual requirements that we have to honor. The easiest thing to point out, when we said that went to a test server, it really does need to go to a test server, not your server. That would be a pretty big mistake we wouldn't want to make. So we have some real controls we have to put in there. So to bring DevOps to the enterprise, that tool chain we laid out, it wasn't enough. We needed to add another step. So what we did, because we're software people, we wrote some software. That's what we do. And we added a ServiceNow layer across that entire process to really square that circle, or build out the triangle, I guess. It's got 3 sides. I do remember grammar school. And I'll start by saying that the planning part was easy. We already planned inside of ServiceNow, so we didn't have to do anything. It was already there. That's easy. It's a gimme. Next step, though, we had to write an integration to GitHub. So every time a developer checks in inside of ServiceNow, we know who checked it in, what code they changed, what story they were working on, and we associate all of that back in our SDLC tool. So we know exactly what happened and why. And then when the build happens, the same thing. That flows back into our SDLC tool. We know what the build timestamp was. We know what code changes were in it. We know what developer triggered it. Same thing for all 80,000 of those tests. If they pass, I get a pass. If they fail, we get a fail. And from a development standpoint, it's gold. Because we know if the test failed, we know what code change is associated with that failure. It makes debugging dramatically easier. Same thing with deployments. When deployments actually happen, we know when the deployment occurred, we know again the code changes that was in it, and we know even what testers have logged into that instance to look at it. And in theory, all this information is available in those individual tools. I'm a reasonably technical guy. I do actually know how to get on the Git console and look at all the check-ins on every repo. But it's a lot of work. Same thing with Jenkins. Jenkins has a console. You can go and see all the test results. They get little clouds on them, happy, sad, clouds, no clouds. It's impractical at scale. So this software we wrote is to actually bring this all to enterprise scale. So in addition to being like a software shop, we're also a product shop. So one of the things we're really proud of is that when we have a good idea internally that seems to apply to a problem you have, we try to build it into a product. So I'm super excited to announce that we are coming out with an enterprise DevOps product aimed at bringing that same technology to you, so you can harness the power of DevOps in the enterprise. And this will let you solve the problem that you're having today. The problem is you want the speed of DevOps. I certainly want the speed of DevOps, but you've got some roadblocks there. You have that lack of visibility, that lack of control. This gives you all three, so you can actually move forward.
I thought I was going to announce it, bro.
I thought I was going to announce
All right.
it. All right.
OK. Give him a big round of applause.
Thank you very much.
Casey. Really, really excited about enterprise DevOps. You know, this is all of you have multiple software teams. You're trying to move fast. You're trying to serve your business units. We are really good with cross-functional workflow. And as you go from plan to operate, we will deliver this for you in our Madrid release. So, you know, we have talked about all these experiences. And John yesterday started with mobile phones. And enterprise software, we still have a long ways to go in mobile. You know, I meet many of you, and you tell me the same thing. Hey, we build apps. Sometimes users use it. Sometimes they don't. Customers may use some easy apps that are very interactive. But the employees and the adoption of enterprise software in mobile is still not at prime rate. So, you know, we started with BlackBerries, which was mainly email, started some chat, then we have now some notification. But how can you take actions and how you make your mobile experience rich? This is what we want to solve in our user experience layer. And as John said yesterday, if you're just so obsessed about the pixels or something that looks good, but if you are not changing the underlying business processes where it makes it easy for folks to take action, your users to take action, and if you have not really redesigned the business process, having a pretty screen doesn't do anything. So we talked about a lot of experiences today. And you know, our next speaker is part of our team in ServiceNow. I'm really excited because three main things. First, he was actually an IT practitioner. And he did IT service management and operations management work in the NOC at the New York Stock Exchange. That was so exciting. He took a left turn and went into the design. And then he is one of the pioneers of interaction design and Interaction Design Association, which looks at the behaviors and how users interact with the system. And John talked about consumerizing the experiences and delivering great experiences. We were able to hire him from Google Cloud. Please welcome our head of design, Greg Petrov.
All right, how's everybody doing today? Good, good, all right. I am so excited to be here with you today because we're gonna talk about something that's gonna change your world. It's gonna make you able to deliver awesome experiences to your customers, to your users, to the people in your organizations with almost no effort. And I'll back that up in a second. I'll talk how we're going to do it. So let's go. So we all live in a world right now where we carry these around in our pockets, right? And we use them to do all sorts of amazing things. In the context of, you know, with our families, we sit out in the streets and say, let's get a meal. So we pull out Yelp and find a restaurant, and we're on our way. Our social networks, the feeds that we have from Snapchat to Facebook, has changed the way that we actually communicate with each other. But work is different. Work is a different environment. And it is an environment where we have these moments of in-between, the tween moments, where mobile can actually add a lot of productivity. So when we're in the coffee shop before we get to work, can we get something done? We're in the meeting that's really boring, can we get something done? And in that process of being able to be successful is hard. You know, most of us, I'm sure all of you have been involved with mobile deployments that have gone wrong. It's hard to do mobile. It's not a straightforward process. You have to be on top of operating systems as they change, iOS, Android. You need to support 2 different platforms. Integrations are difficult. It's a challenge. Even the best organizations in this room often struggle to get 5 or 6 good mobile apps out into their environment. What if I could tell you that you could put out hundreds of apps in your environment? Would you be interested? Yeah, I think so. So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to do it. So we know the Now platform. We're building a no-code environment for you to design and deliver great mobile apps. And that no-code environment will allow you to see what you're doing while you do it. And we'll show how to do this tomorrow in Pat's keynote, where we'll actually make an app for you. And that no-code environment then allows you to play back in truly native operating system phones. So if you're in iOS or Android, you're getting the full capabilities of the phone. You get the camera, the accelerometer, the GPS. This isn't HTML5 playing on a phone, fully native capabilities and experience. And then the most important part of all of this is all of the integrations that you already have in the Now platform come for free. They're there. So we help make it really easy to build applications. In fact, the application we're going to show tomorrow took us about 2 hours to make. And you can deploy them immediately. So think about that for a second, that you could actually create apps for not just the big apps that you need to build, but even for a line of business, or for that pesky IT person in your organization who keeps asking for support and you never have the bandwidth to help them. You can make their lives really, really valuable and very helpful in their environments. So, what does it look like? Well, we know we also have to provide an awesome experience. And CJ talked a little bit about moments of action. And this concept of micro moments is actually a really important idea. We're all distracted all the time. We all have moments where we're trying to get something done. We've got a coffee in one hand and our phone in the left. Can we design an experience that allows me to get something done with just one thumb? This is the part of the story that we're paying a lot of attention so you don't have to. We're designing an amazing experience that has very simple but extremely well thought out interactions that will enable your users to get stuff done really, really quickly. And we're really excited about this. And we're going to make it better and better over time. So what are we going to do? Well, let's take a look at what it looks like. We remember Janine. Janine was our fulfiller from the story earlier today, and she's wants to stay on top of things. So she's in a meeting. She's got her incident report up. One click, she can get into some detail. She goes back to her list, takes a look, chooses another item to take a look at, and says, you know what? I need to assign this incident to someone to take care of it. So very quickly, she goes back, one click, accept, send it out, and she's deployed an incident out into the world. She's choosing Joe, our second personality from today. Click, there's Joe, and she's done. That was pretty fast. Really straightforward and simple. Now, Joe, our remote worker, is out in the field. He's doing some field support. So he's going to get an announcement, and it's going to tell him there's a P1 that he needs to be taken care of. And from his perspective, he sees the world through a map because he has to understand where he needs to be next. So when he opens that and accepts that incident, one click, he gets a map, understands where he is, takes a little bit of detail view, goes back to the map, and he's on his way. Again, these are micro moments. They're not about building complex interactions. It's about simple interactions that allow you to get work done. But all the integrations are there. All the data sets that you need to be successful are there for Joe to be successful in his work. Now let's talk about Lori, our executive who had the phone problem in London. She just received a text from one of her directs saying that there's someone on her team that they need to get a bonus to right away. And a lot of us who manage people have these actions all the time, where we have to do something to move the organization forward. So for Lori, she opens up her applications, and she checks into her approvals list, and she sees in there, okay, I got to look at my HR, another click, and right there, she's got the actions that she needs to take advantage of. She sees that there's a bonus approval, one click, and she's approved. Pretty cool, huh? Very simple, straightforward. And then finally, Pat, our DevOps guy, he's got to make sure that he's serving customers well. He wants to know what's going on. So he gets an alert, accepts it to find out that there's a server that's down, and he wants to find out what customers are being affected. So again, 1, 2, 3 clicks max into the detailed information for someone to actually have insight that allows them to get their job done every day. So that's what we're talking about with mobile, and this is coming in Madrid. We're very excited about it. It will be available, as I said earlier, in a native iOS and native Android, and we believe that this construct of having the Now platform connected to native mobile apps with a tool, a no-code tool that will allow you to assemble awesome mobile applications in hours, not weeks and months, hours, is really going to make it a big difference for all of you in your daily lives, and it'll really make you heroes in your organization because you're going to be able to deliver that in-level experience that everyone's been asking for, but it has been really difficult to deliver until now. So that's what we're happening in Madrid. CJ, back to you. Thanks, everybody.
All right. We are in the final phase. And you saw some great innovations that we are delivering in London and Madrid. Really, really cool stuff. I'm really excited, whether it's virtual agent or agent workspace, transforming the native mobile experiences by building that in the platform itself. This is going to be awesome. Now, when I speak to you with our release cadence, one of your asks is, CJ, these are a lot of innovations. When I read the Net Promoter surveys that all of you fill out, so thank you for that. When I read that, it says, help us with 3 things. There is a pattern in the conversation and in the surveys is that help us with the 3 things. 1, share with us the roadmap and your release cadence so that we can plan better and we can test better. Number 2, share with us the best practices. And number 3, take out the friction from the upgrade process. Take out the friction from the upgrade process. Upgrade process, no matter which software as a service technology we use, is still cumbersome. So we are starting on this journey, and I will tell you, first thing, we shared with you the roadmap, and today for the first time, we are going to actually tell you, and my team and myself, we are committing to this release schedule through 2020. So we will release all the major releases in Q1 and Q3. So that's Kingston, London, Madrid, New York, and then Orlando and Paris. So every year, you will have 2 releases. We just shared with you the roadmap for London and Madrid, and we will continue to do that, raise the bar, and provide you all the information you need via our Customer Success Center so that you can prepare for these releases. Some of the best practices I have seen, which most of you use, is that you need to upgrade at least once a year. And we understand that you have to allocate testing resources, go through the proper planning process, but your ask is you want to stay current with our innovations, and we heard you, and we are going to work really hard so that you can move on that innovation journey with us. Number 2, John touched on this yesterday, Customer Success Center and community. I mean, these are really good best practices, and these are not superficial best practices. The team has done a really good job going into the details, even simple things like how to deliver self-service experiences. Like people think, okay, I know what self-service means. You fill out a quick form and be done with it. No, it's not that easy. You really have to understand what are the best practices for a self-service experience, and some of you have already done that using our service portal technology when it comes to CMDB and few other best practices. Please check it out on our Customer Success Center. And community, we have 160,000 of you who are interacting on community. There are 5,000 questions asked every month. This ramp on the community, I think it's like 100% growth, and I think it was in 2017, we get more questions on community than we get via our support hotline. What that tells you is that your employees or your customers would prefer to interact in this peer-to-peer channel and get answers. And what I was really excited is that the community product that you see that faces all of you, that's our CSM product. We were customer zero for this CSM product. We learned a few lessons. Now it's up, live, running. But that product, if you can extend that product even for your employees or your customers or your partners, we will make it available via ITSM and HR as we move forward. But it's going to be a game changing, because if you have peer-to-peer network where they can collaborate, share some of the institutional knowledge they have in that department, that is going to be pretty awesome. So that's Customer Success Center and community. Now, let's talk about better upgrade experiences. So one, in speaking to all of you, this is non-trivial. And we are starting on this journey. We understand that there is still friction in this process. We want to minimize friction as much as possible. John shared yesterday that a 70,000 global organization was able to upgrade to Kingston in 3 weeks. And of course, we have other extremes as well. Now, one, from a pre-upgrade process standpoint, we want to provide enhanced debugging tool on your customization, what we have changed, what you have changed. Our platform is fairly flexible, so you change a few things, we change a few things. How can you make sense out of it before you try to upgrade? So you will see the pre-upgrade planning process. We will provide you a lot of tools and technology, including enhanced debugging tools, release notes, which are much more detailed, so you can get help on pre-upgrade process. During the upgrade, we have now increased the speed on how fast the patches can be applied. We do understand you do not want downtime for your employees or customers. We have done that for our patches. For the major releases, it's still a little harder because you have to all the schema changes that we have to go through. But pre-upgrade and during upgrade, your ability to roll back an application, roll back a patch, roll back a plugin, these are the things that we want to address as we move forward, and you'll see a lot of things in London and Madrid. And then we are also going to provide you 60 days before the release so that you can figure out if there are any things that you need to know. If we have made a mistake, give us that feedback. So we want to provide release preview on your sub-prod if you decide to upgrade it 60 days before we actually ship the release. So our goal is take out the friction in the upgrade process, help you as much as possible with tools and technology, give you predictable release schedule, give you release previews, so that over time, this just becomes an easy process. That's our goal. We are starting on that journey this year, and you will see a lot of benefits in London and Madrid. All right. These last two technologies that I'm really, really excited about. First one, I'm going to start on the right. Flow Designer is basically IT working with businesses, and for the business process analyst or for business process modelers, giving them technology where they can automate notifications, approvals, tasks without having to write the code is our goal here with Flow Designer. And you will see that in London, it has a simple thing, trigger, which is what causes an action or flow logic to be executed. Then you have a flow logic in a easy, what you see is what you get type of a format, and then you take action. So trigger could be an action, hey, a record change, or I need to activate a user. Then you put flow logic in there in as easy language as possible. You will have subflows. You will be able to reuse some of these flows into other business processes. So the idea is, as you are automating manual workflow, we want to make it really, really easy for you, and really easy so that you do not have to write scripts. You know, if you write scripts, and if you write scripts in trying to change or take an action or change a business process, sometimes you hit a speed bump when you're trying to upgrade that specific thing, or somebody else in other line of business want to reuse the same code. It's really, really hard. So Flow Designer is the first product that we launched it in early preview in Kingston, but you will see a lot of functionality specifically in London and Madrid. And Integration Hub is a sister product which allows you to integrate with third-party systems. So third-party software will support SOAP and REST over time. Whether you have behind the firewall, you want to integrate with a Java-based application or an ERP or CRM application, this is the hub, is in ServiceNow, being able to integrate with whatever investments you have made in other technologies. So I am really, really excited about Flow Designer and Integration Hub. This is a game changer for you to be able to write customization and minimize upgrade risks that you often encounter when you have written a lot of scripts, okay? So today, you saw a lot of innovation coming in London and Madrid. From a priority standpoint, our priorities are not changed. We are focused on delivering great experiences and building as much innovation as possible in the platform. That's it. That's the priority of the entire ServiceNow organization. And what you will see is that we'll continue to work hard so that we can deliver experience as a service. And when it comes to intelligence, service experiences, all of that, we will build it into the platform so our applications benefit and any applications you create that benefit. I did not go into the details about a lot of innovation in our service management product. We are adding many, many features in ITSM. In ITOM, we are creating really nice alerts console. CSM is going to use, like I said before, agent workspace and virtual agent. So you'll see in London and Madrid, there is a lot of additional functionality for those use cases that will continue to innovate as well. And to get more details today, you have our awesome Feral Hub, which will go into the IT details, which is service management, operations management, business management, and asset management. Tomorrow, you saw a lot of what today, what kind of experiences with Conversational Designer, mobile. Pat Casey and the team will actually show you Flow Designer, Integration Hub, Conversational Designer, and Mobile Designer that we have built into the platform on how you can make that real, okay? And then last but not the least, our CreatorCon and Carl will actually go into the coding phase and the team to show how can you deliver great experiences. Thank you very much for being an awesome audience, and see you again.